What's up, YouTube? We're back again with the Srt8, and we're still having the issue with the brake pedal sinking in. So we're gonna replace the master cylinder, and what I'm gonna do right now is unplug this harness. I'm gonna try to unplug this harness, and then I'm gonna remove this line and this line right here in the front. There's only two right here, and I'm gonna empty out the reservoir with the pump, with the vacuum pump, and then we're gonna have to unbolt this whole plastic piece and then kind of move it off to the side so I can get to these bolts and remove the actual master cylinder. So this is what we're gonna replace it with. We got it on Rock Auto for like 70 bucks, I think. How it comes. So yeah, the plug that's right there actually goes on the reservoir, not on the cylinder itself. And then it comes with this. I think this is like to bleed it, bench bleed it. And it comes with the new O-ring. The O-ring is gonna go on this. And so yeah, let me try to pull that out real quick. But now we could compare both of them side by side. Make sure that the shafts are the same length. So let me remove this real quick. I'm gonna spray some brake cleaner in here because it's really dirty. I don't know if you guys can see that. So once I spray some brake cleaner, see if it all comes off, and then we'll put the reservoir on the new one. It has new O-rings, so don't reuse these O-rings. Alright, so to remove this, we got everything back up. I just bolted everything down. But in order to remove it, you have to reach in for these 13mm nuts. There's one here and one there. The new master cylinder came with these new nuts. And then you have to remove 3 10mm on this. This little fuse box section has to come off because there's one right here, or else you're not going to be able to pull the whole thing out. Or nah, I don't think you would have enough space to pull it out. So like this harness goes here, and then this one goes here, and then there's a 10 here, a 10mm nut here, and one here. Once all these 10mm are in, then you could lock in that fuse box in place. There's 4 tabs, and then you could. Oh, and when you're installing the new master cylinder, make sure that it goes into the shaft. There's a shaft coming out of the booster, so make sure it goes in there. So let me get these 10mm tightened up, and I'll put the fuse box back in. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on, and then I'm gonna hit the brake a couple of times. We are gonna have to bleed the brake system. Oh yeah, they go all the way in. Going all the way in. So pump it a couple of times, and then I'm gonna fill up the reservoir again. Make sure there's no leaks, and these brake lines don't have to be super tight. The ones back here, keep pumping it a couple of times. Oh, I know why the brake light came on. Shit. Forgot to plug this in. Okay, so now that that's in, now I can bleed the whole brake system. Okay, so we're done bleeding the brakes, and actually we've been driving around for about 20 minutes. We stopped at AutoZone to get some brake fluid to top off the master cylinder because it was a little bit low. And the brakes are way better than how they were when we first bled them. I don't know why, but the rear calipers didn't have much air. Like we were bleeding them, and we weren't getting too many air bubbles out. But once we got to the front two calipers, the passenger and the driver's side, that's where a lot of the air bubbles were. And that's when we started noticing a big difference in the pressure on the pedal. So now we have a really good brake pedal. It feels 100 times better than the first time that we bled it. And we still need brake pads and rotors, and so we will be doing that soon. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at YONKE_OXC Films. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.